A very fresh morning to one and all present here. Myself Zainab Kagdi from Atimia Green School, Jadeshwar branch, Bharuch. We are back with English subject for class 7th. As we have discussed about the queries and the problems which you are facing for your revision for your periodic test 2, we'll today discuss about the vocabulary and grammar portion of class 7th. Before moving that on that, I would like to inform you that all the PDFs of all the lessons have been already provided to you, and the answers to it are already given in the PDFs. But as you're having still doubt in that, so let us revise the vocabulary and the grammar part of your Standard 7 course book. We'll begin with the first lesson, that is from your Unit 2 Wanderlust, the Section 1, The Quest for El Dorado. Okay, this PDF has already been sent to you, and the answers for this vocabulary and grammar is given to you in that PDF. So kindly write the answers from that. If you want to write it from today's video, you can do that. If not, then you can go through the PDFs which has been already sent to you by the previous teacher, and you can write the answers from that PDF. So I'll request you to take out page number 42 of your course book. The first lesson that is going to come in your periodic test 2 on page number 42, vocabulary, that is synonyms. Now synonyms and antonyms. Okay, so synonyms means meaning the same meaning of the word, and antonyms means its opposite meaning. Okay, so synonyms, here the passage is given to you, it is being displayed in your screen too. Here in your textbook, a few options are given. You have to choose the appropriate option from the bracket. Okay. Synonyms: entering the rainforest. Environment means dash extreme humidity. Environment means, so here in your bracket, clues are given to you, that is tolerating. If you'll open up your textbook, you'll get to know the in option, that is tolerating. So the meaning of tolerating is enduring. Enduring extreme humidity. So environment means tolerating extreme humidity, putting up with the sweltering heat. Sweltering means scorching. So the synonym of sweltering is scorching. Scorching heat. And creatures that will constantly bite you. So constantly means always. So the synonym for always is constantly. But it is worth the discomfort when you are experiencing the greatest nature show on earth. It can be one of the purest and most intense travel experiences. It is like a mystery waiting to be unraveled. Unraveled is the synonym of solved. The dense rainforests are filled with enormous trees. So enormous means gigantic. So here the answer to the enormous is gigantic trees. Unusual plants, that means exotic plants. The meaning of unusual means exotic. And strange animals, that means queer animals. Queer means strange. Interestingly, it is also home to indigenous people. Indigenous means native people who have lived in the rainforest for thousands of years. Although the tribal means belonging to a group. Generally, the people living in the jungle area are called tribal people. Children do not go through formal schooling. The people in their community teach them how to withstand the hardships. Withstand means endure. So the synonym of withstand is endure the hardships in the forest. They worship the forest and live a sustainable existence, meaning they use the land without doing harm to the plants and animals. Unfortunately, these people have been losing their lives and land. European explorers exposed them. Exposed means subjected them to diseases such as smallpox, measles, and even the common cold, against which these people had no immunity. Immunity means protection. at all, since none of them had never been exposed to these diseases before. So my dear students, here we got few of the synonyms. That means tolerating means enduring, scorching means sweltering, always means constantly, solved unraveled, enormous gigantic, unusual exotic, strange queer, native indigenous, belonging to a group that means tribal, withstand means endure, subjected means exposed, protection means immunity. So these are your synonyms. Learn it by heart as you can use it in your life day to day basis, and even you can make sentence out of this. Moving ahead to grammar portion, we are having conjunctions. So what is conjunction? Conjunction is a word which joins or which connects two words to sentences. Okay, the summer vacation soon ended and we began with our classes. Okay, so and the summer vacation soon ended is a sentence, and another we began with our classes. So these both the words as are being joined with and. These both the sentences which connects, the word which connects or which joins two sentences or two words are called conjunctions. Okay, now we are having the exercise. The words, this is on your page number 43 of your textbook. The words and, either, or, not only but also, but, or, nor, neither, nor, and yet are called conjunctions. Okay, so here you have to fill in the blanks in the exercise given below, choosing the correct option from those given in the box. Okay, the second is, in the sentences above, conjunctions have been used to dash two clauses in the same sentence. So now two clauses in order to join, so the answer is join. The single word conjunctions and, but, or, nor, yet are called coordinating conjunctions. I hope you have learned these definitions of different types of conjunctions. Now T. The multiple word conjunctions either or, neither nor, but not only but also are called correlative conjunctions. We have studied these. The conjunctions and not only but also express addition. The conjunction but and yet show alternative. With the conjunctions but and yet show contrast, but this yet. Okay, so whenever there is in a sentence but and yet both is are being used, it shows the contrast, two opposite statements. G. The conjunctions nor and neither nor express negative addition. Similarly, the conjunctions or and either or show an alternative. Okay, we're moving on to question number 2. So these are the definitions. What are the kinds of conjunctions and when they are used? Question 2 is of your page number 44. I request you to open it up so that you can read the questions from that in order to understand its answer. Here, Manish Jay says, I think we are going to Lucknow for our school excursion. I hope you are joining us, Manish. Manish, no, I can't join you guys. I would have loved to, but my mother's not been keeping well. Okay, so here but conjunction is used, and neither my dad nor my sister are here. Someone will have to be with mom. So here neither and that nor is being used for showing negative conjunctions. Okay. Second is, Sarah says, are we going for the picnic this Sunday? Are we going for the picnic this Sunday, Daddy? Mr. Mehra, well, not only are we going for the picnic, we are also going for a film later. Sarah says, yeah. So here not only and also is being used. This is also a kind of conjunction. Option C, I really wanted to go to the island nearby when we visited Granny last winter at her big house. Ravi says, yes, I remember how it was pouring one morning, and yet you insisted that you would go visit the island. So here yet is being used. So these are the conjunction being used in the dialogues. Okay, here we are having question number 3. We wanted to go to the concert. Here question 3 is join the two parts of the five sentences given below by choosing a suitable conjunctions from those given in the box in the middle. Now sentence formed by using coordinating and correlative conjunctions are called compound sentences. Okay, so here we'll use different conjunctions. The answers are we wanted to go to the concert but the show was sold out. So here but is used in order but and yet are being used for showing contrast in the sentence. The launch had been perfect, yet the satellite soon vanished from the radar. You could wait here for me, or you could sit in a cafe and read a book. So here or is being used. You can understand this. Or yet and but these are conjunctions. Scientists had warned of a possible cyclone, and 3 days later, tragedy struck the east coast. The room at the hotel was not large, nor was the light sufficient to do any reading at all. So, this is your vocabulary and the grammar part of the lesson. Uh, Lesson number section 1 of uh, unit 2, the quest for El Dorado. Moving on to the second lesson, that is section 2, the diary of a space traveler. In that, I request you to take out page number 54. In your vocabulary, we have words related to travel. Okay, fill in the blanks with correct travel words. To make the travel convenient, we had ensured that tickets were booked well in advance. When we boarded the train at about 8 a.m., we realized there were not too many passengers, more than half the train was empty. Once we reached Delhi, we decided to finish our work before we went outside. The schedule was so packed that we could not see any historical sites. In fact, we reached the station to see the train ready to leave the station. We ran with our luggage and somehow managed to board it. It was good that we were traveling light and could run with our bags. So this is our the few traveling words we learned from this exercise is booked, boarded, passengers, reached, outside, packed, boarded. These are the words which we use while traveling. Moving on to the next lesson, which is going to come for your periodic test, is on page number 72 of your course book. So the vocabulary part of that is here again we are going to learn synonyms for the words given in the bracket. So here this is a gripping means absorbing. Okay, the synonym of absorbing is gripping story of one of the world's foremost polar explorers. It has been narrated. Narrated means told through brilliant photography, completing text and quotes from the Ernest Shackleton himself. So here we'll discuss which are the words which has the synonyms. Okay, so your inspiring word means encouraging. Adversity means hardship. Okay, crew means team. Moving ahead to okay here disintegrated, that means fell apart. Embarked means set out, and suffer means deal or deal. Okay, so different meanings we learned today is absorbing means gripping, told means narrated, encouraging means inspiring, hardship means adversity, team means crew, fell apart means disintegrated, set out means embarked, or suffering means ordeal. So you can use these hard words instead of the simpler one in your day-to-day life in order to increase your vocabulary. Moving ahead to the grammar portion, that are on your page number 72 to 73, transitive and intransitive verbs. As we have already studied, what are transitive words? The sentence which has one subject, verb and object, they are called transitive words. And when a sentence does not contain any object, then they are called intransitive verbs. Here in your page, on your page number 72, three questions are asked. In that you have to identify which is verb, which is subject, which is indirect object, and which is direct object. The explorers finally gave Ada the news of their expedition. So here gave is a verb, explorers is a subject, the news of the expedition is an indirect object, and Ada is a direct object. In the second sentence, Ada's story has taught us the value of perseverance. So here, has taught is a verb, Ada's story is a subject, the value of perseverance is an indirect object, and us is a direct object. Number three is ladies and gentlemen, we present to you a women hero. So present is a verb, we is a subject. We are having one more exercise here, that is underline the verb in each sentence and say whether it functions as a transitive verb or intransitive verb. Okay. Many television programs influence children in dangerous ways. Okay. So here influence is a verb and it is a transitive verb. Many television programs influence children in dangerous ways. We are having no object here. Question 2 is I gave my teacher no reason to complain. So here gave is a verb and it is a transitive verb. Question 3, the young athlete practiced in the field every day. So here in the field is a object. So that is why practice is an intransitive verb. Question C is I danced all evening at the school function with my friends. Okay, so dance is a verb and it is an intransitive verb at the school function. The school is a object, I is a subject, dance is a verb. The tsunami destroyed the coastline. So destroyed, we are having no subject here. That is why it is a transitive verb. So I'll request you to take out the next lesson, that is on your page number 85. Okay, words that express mood. Okay, we are having one match the following. We're having these words which expresses the certain mood, and we use these word in order to express our particular mood. First is amused. Okay, that shows laughing. Content means satisfied. Ecstatic, that is overjoyed. Enraged means furious. Melancholy means sad, anxious, worried, frustration, disappointment. Terrified means horrified. So these are the words we use in order to in order to express ourselves and to express our different kind of moods. We are having few fill in the blanks below it. The knocking on the door in the middle of the night worried me. Okay, Minnie was melancholy. Melancholy means sad because her mother was unwell. The children were amused to see the clown. So amused means laughing. Rahul seemed very content in life. Content means satisfied. He did not aspire for anything else. Nikhil was unhappy. Repeated failure had led to a lot of frustration, means disappointment. Lizzie was ecstatic when she topped her exam, means she was overjoyed. I saw the earthquake victims looking terrified, means horrified. The rude behavior of the student made the teacher furious. Furious means enraged. So this was your exercise for the lesson. For the last lesson of your periodic test 2, That was the Narayanpur incident. I hope you understood all the vocabulary and the grammar portion, and I request you to write and complete your book so that you can learn the answers at the time of exams very easily and very nicely. Learn all the synonyms, learn what are transitive verbs and intransitive verbs, learn the rest of the grammar portion, revise the worksheet which is being given to you, write the answers on your own. And worksheets are generally the answers of the worksheets are written by yourself. And in the course book, whatever grammar topics are there, that will definitely come in the exam. Along with that, read the lesson carefully in order to score nicely in your exam. And best of luck for the exam. For any doubt, you can contact me. Still, if you have any topic which you need revision, you can tell me in the WhatsApp.